Good day, everyone. We are the Group 3 for the Production and Operation Management. I am Joarme Mercado, the first presenter for this report. And my member is Giselle Samarita, Dion Almares, Elaine Cabral, Jericho Cueto, Roger Di Torres, Giancarlo Adarlo, Elmer Dayuha, Jolly-Ann Sarmiento, Michelle Macalalad, and Raquel Catorce. And today, we are going to report about the Just-in-Time or JIT in Lean operation. What is Just-in-Time or JIT? JIT is an inventory management and production strategy that aims to reduce waste by receiving goods only as they are needed in the production process. This approach minimizes inventory costs and enhances efficiency by synchronizing production schedules with demand. So in other words, ang just-in-time or JIT ay ang isang strategy para makabawas ng gastos na walang masayang at ang pagbili ng kung ano lang ang sapat at kailangan. Ang isang simpleng example nito ay merong isang car factory or pagawaan ng sakayan. Noon, ang isang car factory ay meron silang warehouse na doon nakalagay ang mga nakastocks na gulong or tires, engines at iba pang nakastock na parts ng kotse. Pero kung ginamit nila ang just-in-time or JIT strategies, ang car factory ay makikipagtrabaho sa kanilang suppliers. So, ibig sabihin, mas lalo silang mapapalapit sa isa't isa. Kung ang isang kotse ay nasiraan ng isang gulong, ang gagawin lamang ng car factory ay bibili lamang sa kanilang suppliers ng isa lang din na gulong. Ginagawa ito upang maiwasan ang pag-stocks ng mga gamit ng isang factory. Sa ganitong paraan, mas nakakatipid ang car factory at hindi sila mamumroblema kung paano nila mauubos or mabebenta ang luma nilang stocks. So basically, ang car factory ay bibilhin lamang nila kung ano ang kulang at papalitan at bibilhin nila yon from the suppliers. So yeah, JIT is all about being lean and efficient by getting things just when you need them. Instead of pagbili ng madaming parts ng kotse na kalaunan ay mini-imbak or magagabukan lang, it's like building something piece by piece as you go, rather than buying everything at once and hoping it all works out. Make sense, right?
Hi everyone! Now we are going to discuss the importance of lean manufacturing. So, based on the definition itself, it says that lean manufacturing is essential for improving operational efficiency, reducing waste, and increasing value to customer. By focusing on continuous improvement or Kaizen, lean methods help businesses lower costs, enhance product quality, shorten lead times, and respond more quickly to customer need. So, ang lean manufacturing kasi, it is important para mas mapabuti pa yung operational efficiency ng mga businesses. Also, para mabawasan yung mga waste and at the same time, madagdagan yung value na natatanggap ng customers natin. So, sa pamamagitan ng continuous improvement or Kaizen, natutulungan yung lean methods ng mga negosyo para una, mabawasan yung mga gastos natin. Dahil sa konti yung mga waste natin, mas efficient yung paggamit ng mga resources. And next is, mapapaganda yung quality ng mga product natin. Dahil tuloy-tuloy sa paghahanap ng paraan para ma-improve pa yung mga processes, nakakapagbigay tayo ng magandang quality na produkto sa mga customers natin. Also, mapapaiksi pa nito yung time and mas mapapabilis pa yung production delivery natin. And mas mapapabilis pa yung pag-respond natin sa pangangailangan ng customer. At the same time, nagiging agile tayo at flexible yung operation ng business natin. So, sa madaling salita, yung lean manufacturing, isa siyang strategy na tumutulong sa mga businesses na mas maging competitive pa at mas productive at makapagbigay tayo, maging focus tayo sa mga customer natin to give what their needs. So, yun yung sinasabi ng sa lean manufacturing.
Ang Toyota approach, o mas kilala bilang just-in-time system, basically, ang ideya nito ay simple lang. Gumagawa lang ang kumpanya ng produkto kapag kailangan na talaga. Hindi sobra, hindi kulang. Sakto lang sa dami at tamang oras. Bakit ganito? Kasi ayaw nilang masayang. Ayaw ng sobrang stock na mabubulok lang or resources na masasayang. Siyempre, dagdag gastos yun. So in short, gusto ng system na ito na lahat ng ginagawa mo ay may purpose at agad na magagamit. Para mas madali siyang ma-imagine, ganito yan. Isipin ninyo na sa cafeteria, di ba? Kung umaga pa lang, nagluluto na agad sila ng 100 hotdogs pero 30 lang ang bumibili buong araw. E di ang daming tira. Sayang yun. Gastos pa sa kuryente, gas at ingredients. Pero kung magluluto lang sila kapag may na-order, ayun, fresh ang pagkain, walang natitira at hindi nasasayang ang effort at resources. Ganun ang just-in-time system. Sakto lang sa demand, walang sobra, walang kulang.
Toyota Production System. At the heart of Toyota approach is the Toyota Production System is a manufacturing philosophy focused on efficiency, quality, and waste elimination. It integrates just-in-time and Jidoka's automation with a human touch to create a streamlined and responsive production process. Ang Toyota Production System po is paraan ng paggawa o pagmamanufacture na ginagamit ng Toyota para mas maging mabilis, maayos at hindi mag-aksaya ng resources. May two types of principle ang TPS. Number 1 dyan is just-in-time or GIT. Dito, ginagawa lang ang product kung kailan o kailangan at eksakto sa dami. Halimbawa, kung 10 lang ang kailangan ngayon, 10 lang ang gagawin. Walang sobra, walang kulang na nakakatulong ito para mas iwas sobrang stock o gamit na hindi naman kailangan. Yung number 2 is Jidoka. Ito ay automation na may human touch. Ibig sabihin, kahit gumamit ng machine, may tao pa rin na nagbabantay sa quality. Kapag may problema ang machine o products, pwedeng ihinto agad ang production para ayusin. Kasi ang goal ng TPS ay tanggalin ang waste o oras, materials, effort at panatilihin ang quality ng product at gawing efficient ang buong production process.
So hi guys, okay, let us try explaining the just-in-time concept from the Toyota Production System or TPS. So, ang just-in-time, so parang akala dito is produce only what is needed, when it is needed, and in the amount needed. So meaning yan is parang kung kailangan mo lang siya kakagagawa, kung eksakto, kung kailan mo kailangan, at yung saktong dami lang. Isipin mo na lang kapag nagluluto ka ng dinner. Hindi mo naman binibili lahat, diba, ng ingredients weeks before, tapos tatambak lang, diba? So, bibili ka lang ng kailangan mo kapag malapit na ng magluto. So, this means, ito yung pinaka-importante. Kunwari sa isang pabrika ng mga toy car, hindi sila gagawa ng mga libu-libong kulay na kotse kung yung in-order naman ng customer is kulay red. Dito is hihintayin muna nila na merong mag-order na red na kotse, tapos gagawa lang sila ng saktong dami nun para hindi maaksaya sa pera at sa space or sa time, and even doon sa product hindi maaksaya. So there are 3 key elements of the just-in-time. The first one is the takt time. When you say takt time, it is the production pace based on the customer demand. So think of that takt like the beat of a drum that sets the rhythm for production. So kung kung gusto ng customer is halimbawa 10 car per oras or per hour, dapat ang fabric or factory is makagawa ng isang kotse kada 6 minutes. Kasi 60 minutes is included as 1 hour, and 60 minutes per hour divided by 10 cars is 6 minutes per car. So, bakit nga ba? So, para hindi sila masyadong mabilis gumawa dahil may case na tatambak yung product nila kapag mas marami silang gagawa per minute. And at the same time, hindi masyadong mabagal or may inip yung mga customer. So, example nito is, kung ang isang bakery is nakakabenta ng 20 na tinapay kada umaga, so yung takt time nila ay kung gaano kabilis nila kailangan mag-bake ng bawat tinapay para maabot yung demand sa buong oras nila ng pag-bake. The second one is the Kanban. It is a signaling system to control workflow. So when we say Kanban, ito yung parang paggamit mga visual cues tulad ng card or mga containers. So para sabihin sa mga trabahador na kung ano yung gagawin nila at kung kailan. So imagine a supermarket stocking shelves. When the number of a certain cereal box gets full, a worker might see a special card or the Kanban on the shelf, and this card signals to the warehouse to send more of that specific cereal. And in the factory, a Kanban might be a card attached to a bin of parts. When the bin is empty, the card signals the previous workstation to produce more of those parts. Example natin is, in a restaurant kitchen, a ticket or what we so call the Kanban appearing in the kitchen window tells the cooks exactly what dish to prepare next. Next is the Heijunka. It is the production leveling to reduce variability. Ito yung papantay ng schedule ng paggawa. So, imbis na gumawa ng sobrang dami ng isang product, tapos ililipat sa sobrang daming ibang product, ang Heijunka is gumagawa ng kaunti ng bawat produkto ng mas consistent. Nakakatulong ito para hindi magkaroon ng baras, trabaho, or mas maging predictable yung buong proseso. Example niyan is, imbis na gumawa tayo ng 100 red shirts sa Lunes, tapos gagawa naman tayo ng another 100 blue shirts sa Martes. So, yung fabric or the factory is gumagamit ng Heijunka. Pwedeng gumawa ng mga 20 na red, tapos 20 na blue, tapos 20 na red ulit, and iba pa. So, sa parehong araw. Para mas pantay yung trabaho para sa lahat. Okay, to sum up this, when I say just in time, it is all about being efficient and avoiding waste. By making only what is needed, when it is needed and in the right amount, the companies can reduce the amount of stuff sitting around or what we call the inventory. It is to save the money on storage and be more responsive to what their customers actually want. And it is also a smart way of working that relies on a good communication and a smooth production flow. That's all. Thank you.
So next is the second core pillars of Toyota production system. So the second core pillars of production system is JIDOKA, or automation with a human touch. So when we say automation with a human touch, we are using technologies or automated systems or machines, but still the human operators are needed. So this JIDOKA empowers machines and operators to stop the production when a defect is found. So yan, kapag daw may nakita ng defects o problema dun sa production, is pinatitigil niya agad yung production. It ensures built-in quality by addressing issues immediately. So yan, built-in quality. So nakikita niya agad yung mga defects at nasusolusyon niya agad ito or nagagawa ng paraan para maayos. So the key concepts of JIDOKA is Kaizen, or continuous improvement, small daily improvement by all employees. So yan, continuous daily, so araw-araw may improvement dun sa mga employees. Standardized work, consistent best practices to ensure efficiency and safety. Yan, dun sa production ng business ay consistent at mayroong mga best practices para maging efficient and safe yung production. Next is andon, or visual alert systems to signal issues in real time. So yan, yung mga visual alert system, yung kanina yung may mga problems na nakikita agad or mga defects na nasusolusyon agad. Next is respect for people, engaging and empowering all employees and partners. So yan, may respect for people. By this respect of people, na-empower niya yung employees at saka yung mga partners ng business. That's all.
The topic is all about transitioning to a just-in-time GIT system. Production system marked a transformative, increased responsive to customer demand. Rooted in a lean manufacturing principle, GIT emphasizes producing only what is needed when it is needed in the quantity needed, transitioning to such as a system required a structured static at approach, beginning with the true assessment of occurring operation. Halimbawa, ang isang gumagawa ng sasakyan na ay nag-order ng mga parts mula sa kanilang mga suppliers. Kapag ang isang customer ay nag-order ng sasakyan, Nakakatulong ito sa pag-minimize ng gastos sa imbisyon dahil hindi na kailangan mag-imbisyon sa mga parts na hindi pa kailangan.
These steps appear to be a part of continuous improvement to lean manufacturing process. Here's a brief overview of each step. Step number 1, assess current operation. Evaluate current processes, identify areas for improvement, and set baseline metrics. And step number 2, organize the workplace. Create a productive of efficient work environment by declaring, organizing, and standardizing processes. Step number 3, train employees. Provide employees with necessary skills and knowledge to perform their tasks efficiently and effectively. Step number 4, strengthen supplier relationship. Develop strong relationships with suppliers to ensure reliable delivery for high-quality materials and components. Step number 5, align production with demand. Synchronize production with customer demand to minimize waste and maximize efficiency. Number 6, use visual management tools. Implement visual management tools such as charts, graphs, and display to communicate information and track performance. Step number 7, empower employees. Give employees the authority and resources they need to identify the solve problems and to implement improvements. Step number 3, monitor, adapt, and improve. Continuous monitor performance, identify areas for improvement, and implement change to drive ongoing improvements. Following these steps, organization can create a culture and continuous improvement, drive efficiency and effectiveness, and achieve operational excellence. Thank you.
JIT is a management strategy that aims to improve a company's returns on investment by reducing in-process inventory and associated carrying costs. While JIT originated in manufacturing, its principles can be effectively applied to service industries as well. In both contexts, the central aims to provide the right service at the right time, in the right quantity, and to the right customer. In Tagalog, ito ay naglalayong mapabuti ang kita ng isang kumpanya sa pamamagitan ng pagbawas ng in-process inventory, ang mga kaugnay na gastos sa inventaryo. Ang mga pangunahing layunin ay mabigay ang tamang serbisyo sa tamang oras, sa tamang dami at sa tamang customer. Ang JIT ay nakatuon sa paghahatid ng mga serbisyo sa eksaktong oras na kailangan ng mga customer, katulad ng pagbabawas ng oras ng paghihintay at sobrang kapasidad. Halimbawa, sa isang restaurant, ang JIT ay maaaring makita sa oras na ang mga pagkain ay ihahanda lamang pagtapos ma-order.
Good day everyone, mabuhay mahal tana. So, my topic is key features of JIT and service. So, first is demand-driven service delivery. So, ito naman yung service na nakabase sa kung kailan at gaano karami ang need ng isang customer. Next is minimizing waiting time. So, dito, layunin ng JIT na pababain yung mga paghihintay ng customer. So, for example is, so sa isang salon, may appointment system para hindi sabay-sabay yung customer. So, mas mabilis ang service, mas kaunti ang pila. So, service optimization. Sa resource optimization, dito naman is tamang gamit lang ng tauhan or gamit at oras. Walang sobra o sayang. So, for example is, sa isang clinic, sinusunod yung schedule ng doctor at nurse para hindi tambak yung pasyente. So, technology integration. Technology integration naman is, dito gumagamit ng technology para mabilis at mapadali ang service. So, next is employee flexibility. So, sa employee flexibility naman is, dito yung mga employee ay multi-skilled at marunong sa iba't ibang gawain para mapunan agad yung mga needs. So, benefits of GIT and service. So, first is reduce operating cost. So, dahil walang overstaffing, walang overstock, at hindi nagsasayang ng oras, so bumababa ang gastos ng negosyo. So, for example is, sa isang printing shop, bumibili lang ng ink at papel kapag kailangan. Next is improve customer satisfaction. So, dahil mabilis at eksakto ang service, so mas natutuwa ang customer. So, for example is, kung sa laundry shop na may ibalik agad yung mga labada sa tamang oras, so sure na babalik ang customer. So, next is increase responsiveness and flexibility. So, kayang mag-adjust agad sa demand or biglaang pangangailangan ng isang customer. So, for example is, kapag may biglang event, ang catering service na gumagamit ng GIT ay mabilis magplano dahil maayos ang system. So, next is better use of labor and space. So, hindi kalat-kalat yung mga gamit at hindi rin tambak ang empleyado. So, for example is, sa isang karinderya. So, sapat lang yung mga niluluto nila sa araw na yon. So, para kung maubos, saka ulit sila magluluto. Then, next is, higher service quality through timely delivery. So, dahil tamang timing ng delivery o service, mas mataas yung quality at hindi nagkakaroon ng delay, tulad na lang ng courier service kapag on time yung delivery ng package. So, may tiwala. Mas magtiwala yung customer.
Good day, ma'am. My name is Roger De Torres and my topic is challenges of GIT in service. Yung GIT ay ito yung just-in-time service. Ito ay isang estratehiya na layunin magbigay ng serbisyo sa tamang oras lang upang maiwasan ang sobra o kakulangan at mapababa ang gastos. Bagamat efficient ito, may mga hamon ito sa paggamit ito sa service industry. Unang-una ay variability in customer demand. Ang variability in customer demand, ito ay yung pagbabago-bago ng demand. Mahirap kasi wala ng biglaang pagbabago sa dami ng customer. Halimbawa na lang sa isang coffee shop, tulad na lang ng Starbucks, maaaring biglang dumami ang customer tuwing umaga. Kung wala naman sapat na staff ito o supply, maantala ang serbisyo o kukulangin sila sa sa kape, di ba? Talaga. And the next is high dependency on reliable technology and supply chain. Ito naman ay yung mataas na pag-asa sa teknolohiya at sa supply chain. Sabagay dito sila umaasa sa sabagay panigurado sila doon sa teknolohiya. Halimbawa na lang ito sa online delivery service tulad ng Grab o yung Foodpanda. Kapag nagka-aberya yung app nila o GPS, hindi nila maayos ang pag-coordinate sa coordination ng deliveries. Maaari ding hindi makarating ito sa nag-order. And ang sunod naman ay greater need for accurate forecasting. Ito naman yung pangangailangan ng tamang forecasting. Kailangan ng eksaktong prediction para mapanatili ang sapat na serbisyo. Halimbawa sa isang airline company, kailangan tama ang forecast ng bilang ng pasahero para maplano ang crew at pagkain sa eroplano. kapag nagkamali may delay o kakulangan at maaari ding sumubrang tao sa loob nito. Kaya kailangan talagang alam mo ang dami nito. And the last is potential service delay if demand unexpectedly spike. Ito yung mga arimantala ang serbisyo. Kapag biglang dumami ang demand, pwedeng hindi agad matugunan ang lahat. Halimbawa sa hospital, kung biglang tumaas ang bilang ng pasyente, halimbawa sa panahon ng sakuna, yung COVID, di ba? Maaaring hindi agad makasabay ang serbisyo kung naka GIT or just-in-time system lang sila, kasi nga pwedeng biglang dami nga ng mga aksidente tulad na lang ng COVID, di ba? Biglang may dumarating, talagang napupuno yung hospital, kaya yung iba natatransfer sa iba. Yun po. Thank you po.